Uh, this story involves the South Pole, a religious fanatic, and a monkey. I'm in the Coast Guard. I'm a marine science technician, and I had a 8-year break. I did 9 years. I got out for 8 years, and I got back in. And the first unit I went to was an icebreaker out of Seattle, which was the same unit I had actually started with back in '85. So I was a little bit older than a lot of the guys on the ship. But being a marine science technician on the ship, we were the only division that doesn't have a chief. And if you know anything about the military, the seagoing military ranks, the enlisted side goes from E1 to E9, and there's a severe gap between E6 and E7, because at E6 you want to be a god, and at E7 you become one, and all the enlisted people are underneath your control, and they will listen to a chief. It goes E7 is a chief, E8 is a senior chief, and E9 is a master chief. And so the enlisted guys will listen to the chief more than they will like the captain. If the captain tells them to do something, they will come and go to the chief and say, look, the captain just told me this, and is it okay? You know? And the chief will decide whether it's okay or not. So the marine science technicians on board the icebreaker did not have a chief. It was the only division that did not have a chief. And when I got back into the Coast Guard, I came in as an E5. I was probably the oldest E5 in the Coast Guard in the history of the Coast Guard. So I did not have access to the chief's mess, which is where they all gather, make decisions, and grumble, and drink coffee, and swear, and everything that sailors do. So I had to make friends with somebody in the chief's mess to protect us, the marine science technicians, because all the decisions that are made in the chief's mess are made, and we have no representation, so anything that comes in that has to be done gets shoved to the marine science technicians because they have no representation. None of the other chiefs want to do it. So I decided I was going to make friends with the biggest guy in the chief's mess, which was the E9, the master chief. The master chief was kind of a religious person, whereas I am not too religious. So to make friends with him, I had to become religious. And we had great conversations, but when up on the bridge and he's busy giving orders to all the lower ranked people and steer the ship and do this and that, no one wants to talk about what they did like the night before in port next to the master chief, because they know he's gonna say, look, keep steering the ship, keep doing this, quit talking about girls and all the other debauchery you've left behind. It's sinful. So our mission is to go down to the south, to Antarctica, break ice, bring a ship in there, an oil tanker and a cargo ship, to resupply the scientific station there. And along the way, there's a bunch of stops, Hawaii and Australia and stuff like that. So there's 4 guys in my room. I'm the oldest guy, and the one guy, he's a young guy, and he has this monkey, like this sock monkey. And the deal with the sock monkey is that I guess it gets passed around, and you know, the sock monkey goes to certain places. They take a picture, post it on the internet or whatever, and say, look, the sock monkey's here, the sock monkey's there, and everything like that. So he's going to take it down to Antarctica. Well, during the trip, something happens between him and his wife, and I don't know what exactly was, but divorce is imminent, and all kinds of drama are going on, and they decide they're going to get him off the ship and fly him back to the States to take care of his business. So I feel really bad for him. So he left all his stuff there, and one of the things was the sock monkey. So we get down to the Antarctica, and we kind of break down, because that's what that ship does quite a bit, is break down. So we're stuck in Antarctica for like 3 weeks, and a lottery comes up to go to the South Pole. Now, you got to be somebody to go to the South Pole. You can't just like say, hey, I want to go to the South Pole and book a flight there. Even we couldn't go to the South Pole, but we disguised ourselves as members of the air crew to go to the South Pole. So it worked out fine. And my name came up in the lottery, and so did the Master Chief's. So I'm thinking, this is a great opportunity. I am going to solidify my relationship with the Master Chief on this 3-hour flight to the South Pole, and the Marine Science Technician Division will be left alone by the other chiefs, you know, because I have the power backing me up. At the last minute, I'm thinking about the guy in the room and all the trouble he's gone through, and he's not here. So I grab his sock monkey and stuff it in my parka. I'm going to take that sock monkey to the South Pole, and nobody else will ever touch that picture and that, you know, that place once again, because nobody ever goes to the South Pole. So I'm going to give this guy a real treat, and, you know, I can't do anything to help the situation out, but well, I'll do that for him. So we get on the flight. I got the sock monkey in there. I'm not, you know, I'm talking to the Master Chief. We get to the South Pole. We land at the South Pole, and the deal is on the South Pole is you can get off the plane and, you know, go see the station and then go to the South Pole, and you probably got 45 minutes. Well, in this case, there was a guy who got injured. He had to be medevaced. We were stuck on the runway to go move up to where we were supposed to get off the plane. The plane before us takes the guy away. We move up. The pilot says, you got 10 minutes. So first thing we do is we jump off the plane and run to the South Pole. It's 10,000 feet. It's -8. And you can't breathe when you step outside because you're at 10,000 feet already. It's tough, right? So we're huffing and puffing. And we get to the South Pole, and now I'm ready to take out the sock monkey and take a picture. And I said, Master Chief, I need to take this picture with the sock monkey. We take it over to their South Pole, which is, there's an actual pole in the ground. And he goes, sure. I had forgotten one detail about the sock monkey. This particular sock monkey has, like, well, it's a third leg. So I pull it out and give it to him, and I'm not even thinking about it, and he takes a look at it, and it's the only time in my life that I've heard him swear. And he says, Lumpkin, what the F is this thing? And he's waving it around. So all legs are going. And I said, Master Chief, it's a monkey. And he goes, yeah, I can see that, it's a monkey. It's a pornographic monkey. And I said, well, it's just a sock monkey, Master Chief. And he says, yeah, but this is totally against my religion. And I'm like, you know what? I am at the bottom of the world, and things are going downhill right now. So we go back and forth. Finally, I do the rational thing, because I'm laughing at this point, and I can't help it. And he's still continuing to wave the sock monkey and, like, lecture me. And I take the sock monkey, and he takes the picture. However, the whole way back, the 3 hours back, and the next 3 weeks back to Seattle, all I hear about is how I should really quit playing these pranks. And I'm like, Master Chief, it's not my sock monkey, okay? I just wanted to do it for this poor guy. So my relationship went down the tubes, and that was the unintended effect of my good intention with the sock monkey.